Hello, we are from Team Albrogs, and today we are going to walk you through a performance and engagement scoring platform that is our Prevision 360 dashboard. Coming to our problem statement, mostly companies struggle to spot cultural misalignments early in their companies. Traditional pulse service might give you a little snapshot, but leaders need a forward-looking score that blends culture milestone and engagement signals in real time. Talking about our project overview, our answer to this question is Prevision 360 dashboard. It is a cloud dashboard that ingests survey feedback, tracks milestone progress, and converts that data into a single comparable prevision score. You can think of it as a credit score for organizations' health. Coming to our model architecture,
Let's dive into the architecture. The image here shows the Azure native pipeline, wherein Azure Blob Storage is our system of record. Each company will drop their milestone and survey here. Then an Azure function watches over the blob container. Whenever there is a new file in the pipeline, it is triggered. Next, inside the AKS pod, a preprocessing container cleans, standardizes, and vectorizes the data. The clean batch is sent to a model container in the same AKS pod, which generates a prevision score. Results are returned to a curated zone in the blob, and the Power BI dashboard read from with a frequent refresh. This keeps the system simple, scalable, auditable end to end. In our data preprocessing, like spoken in the model, we are running it in the AKS pod where we perform different stages of data preprocessing like cleaning, standardizing, deduping, and in the same process, we included a model for NLP based on the survey questions so that the final model understands the context of the question asked better. We have three emotions: positive, negative, and neutral. Given that most of the questions are asked in neutral tone, most of our questions fall into a neutral bucket. This entire data set is again saved in the blob storage, which further will be used to adding KPIs to the dashboard and for final model building. Let's now take a look at Power BI dashboard.
So the landing page of our dashboard tells the story at a glance. 100 companies onboarded. Our funnel shows we cover 10 different industries with media, tech, and transportation leading the pack. At the top right, the pie reveals dominant culture. 41% to collaborate, 26% belong to create, 19% to compete, and the rest 14% belong to control, giving an HR instant pulse of cultural mix, which is a very important part of our project statement. The bar chart highlights our top 5 performers, companies who already have 80-point mark. Now from the drop-down menu where we can see the company name, we can select any of the company, and right below that there is a button which leads us to the company page. This is a very important part in understanding the KPIs and the culture fit of the companies. Here we can see multiple cards which shows us how many number of milestones which the company has completed till date, which phase does the company belong to. In this particular example, we can see that the Meri Systems company belong to the startup phase, the industry which the company belongs to. In the bottom left, there is a bar chart which shows us the basic company structure of uh, the company selected. Here we can see that how many investors, team members, founders, and managers are associated with the particular company. On the right bottom, we can see a donut chart, which basically dives into the cultural distribution within the company, which we already saw in the landing page. But this particular donut chart derives and drives much more into the corporate, create, collaborate, and compete culture. Now we can just dive into the prevision score and tier selection.
So when we look at the dashboard, we can see on the top main prevision score gear. Besides that, we see something in this case called as solid. This is our tier chart. So when we come to the prevision score, our prevision score is mainly taken from a model where we have used autoencoders. In autoencoders, if you have to say a little in depth about autoencoder, an autoencoder is built on two main components, an encoder and a decoder. The encoder's work is to compress the data passed into a bottleneck situation from where a decoder will and reconstruct the data and search for anomalies in it while reconstruction. In this case, while putting the model together, we have used bidirectional LSTM layers. Apart from this, once the decoder generated an output, to detect, we used MSE, mean square error, and to calculate the score, we used sequence MSE, median, MAD, MAD nothing but median absolute deviation to calculate our final prevision score. This prevision score on the dashboard, as you can see in our case, it is 73.97%. Over this, we have added filters like anything above 80% would be high performer, between the range of 60 to 80% would be solid, something between the range of 40 to 60% is a watch list, and anything below the range of 40 would be considered as at risk. The model is the model has different types of data. We have even put into this different layers. Like we have used PCA, we have used sequence, and we have then considered only the components, the variables that do make sense to this model. Concluding,
At last, we can say we have successfully developed an AI driven platform to evaluate performance and engagement of a company. Using deep learning model, our model captures temporal patterns in milestone progression and reconstruct sequence to detect anomalies. By combining different aspects of company data, we created the Prevision 360 score, a reliable and interpretable performance metrics. We also designed a Power BI dashboard to present this insight visually, making the data easy to understand and act upon. Our solution is scalable, real time ready, and sets the foundation for future investors' analytics and automated decision making. Hope this helped you understand our project in a depth. Thank you.